To ask Chelsea fans who their all-time favourite player is for the club, I'm sure some would say the magical Eden Hazard. Maybe they'd go for all-time top goal scorer Frank Lampard, captain, leader, legend John Terry, the king and the man who brought home #1 Didier Drogba. Maybe if you're a bit young or preemptively predicting, Cole Palmer. For the older generation, the mercurial Gianfranco Zola. If you're even older than that, Peter Osgood. However, for me, none of them are my favourite. My all-time favourite Chelsea player is Joe Cole. I know he's not the best player that's ever played for the club, but he's my favourite. The way he played the game, I was in awe of growing up. And I know nowadays he's seen more as this failed wonder kid, but I don't think people realise how good he really was, especially just before this injury robbed him of the latter part of his career. He was my favourite, so much so, you see that sweatband he's wearing there? I was rocking them too. Just a lot of my love and appreciation for Joe Cole comes from watching his West Ham clips, both in the FA Youth Cup, early in his first team, and his early Chelsea days before I was really watching him. But even when I was watching him, he was cold. But he was so good that at 16, apparently Ferguson was considering bidding £10 million for him. And that was in 1997, which would have only been second all-time in Premier League transfers behind world record Alan Shearer's move from Blackburn to Newcastle. And by 21 was already captain of West Ham. It was actually one of Roman Abramovich's first signings for Chelsea. And depending on how you look at it, his career took off or was ruined with the arrival of Jose Mourinho. On one hand, he became a multiple-time Premier League winner, an FA Cup winner, a League Cup winner, and a Ballon d'Or nominee. On the other, some would say that Mourinho beat the flair out of him and he became just another player. Although when he scored this goal against Manchester United to clinch the title in 2006, there's no way his flair was gone. He also scored that goal against Sweden in 2006, and some would say Joe Cole was at his best post-Mourinho until this injury happened, which spelled the end of his career as a top level player. He played one more season at Stamford Bridge, winning the Premier League title, scoring a crucial goal at Old Trafford to help secure that title. Joe Cole would sign for Liverpool in 2010, and it wouldn't work. He would bounce around a couple teams before ultimately retiring. Remember, Joe Cole was very hyped up, £10 million at 16, the only Brazilian in the English national team. All these mad quotes coming out about him. But he did meet quite a few players right at the start of their careers or just before their apex, where they would now be looked at as the future of English football, maybe even the future of football. At Liverpool, he encountered a really young Raheem Sterling. At Lille, he played with Eden Hazard and allegedly convinced him to join Chelsea over the other clubs that wanted him. On his return to West Ham, he played with Raul Morrison, someone who's talked about for all the potential he had. Aston Villa, he played with a really young Jack Grealish. And probably the most random, whilst playing for Coventry in League One, he encountered James Maddison before Norwich, before Leicester, before Tottenham. Just a young kid at Coventry, James Maddison. Joe Cole will always be my favourite, not for what he did, but for how he did it. The way he played captivated me as a young child, learning to love the game. And he's a big reason why guys like him and him will always be my favourite archetype of player.